Alrighty. So tonight I ended up just playing a bunch of squad games with some friends, just playing Hyunwoo to stay off my main. Um, Definitely slacking a bit in the some departments that I've been trying to improve on in solos, but that's kind of by design. I was just trying to have fun, not really sweat too much. So instead, just off camera, I did some build planning stuff. Something that I was liking about the Hyunwoo stuff was that I could go factory cemetery and make mocha bread, and then go to pond and like kind of up to avenue because we end up kind of meeting up there a lot. And just making just a ton of health potions. So I tried to see if factory cemetery seemed like an okay start for Kathy, and didn't really find anything that seemed too good. Instead, ended up just kind of stumbling upon Hospital Pond Avenue Alley. I was originally wanting to see if I could make Maverick Runners work, just because it seemed like it could be fun, but kind of gave up on that. The Slumiacraft thing, even though it's out of date, still just this feature to show you all the stuff that's buildable was super handy for trying to come up with this build. But just kind of getting into it. I wanted to try out Steel Thorn, just because a lot of people have been using it. It's got healing reduction built in, which is nice. And then I ended up with like feather boots and sheath, and then these last three things I just filled in because I saw that it was on the route. The lace quiver is here to make up for some of the move speed that I'm losing by not building Carnawan or Vibro Dagger. So I was hoping this would be, at least like a full like 0.1 or 0.2 ahead of the other one, but really the only difference in speed comes from feather boots being 0.07 higher than the previous one. So I'd like to have more move speed, but I think getting up to 44% crit's probably better. I don't really want to replace these two things, and there's not really an arm accessory that I think is better. I might consider Burnished Aegis at some point if I feel too squishy, but that's about it. So stat wise, it's a lot more attack power, 119 versus 75. The crit chance is lower. I haven't run the numbers, but there's a pretty good chance that the just auto attack DPS is lower for this build. But it has a lot more max HP, almost 200 more. 510 versus 330. Could be way more with Burnished Aegis. I'd say the only thing I'm really losing out on compared to the previous one, at least from build stat wise, is this one had more attack speed, which is just going to happen because of Vibro Dagger. This has more crit chance, and this randomly kind of had more defense, which I wasn't really expecting. But Radar has 15 defense, and Bucephalus has 10 defense. So that's something I realized. I could get even more HP if I built Magazine instead of Lace Quiver, but I don't really want to lose out in the move speed, and I think I have enough extra max HP anyways already. Plus Lace Quiver gives attack power too, which is nice. From a food perspective, it's not actually showing everything here for some reason. But in hospital, my plan is going to be to make the acupuncture stuff. Then in pond, I might try out the Zen Vitality stuff. I kind of assume it's not that great because I haven't seen a whole lot of people build it, and you need 4 items to make it. But I'm guessing it built out of like acupuncture needle, and then whatever food thing built out of like turtle shell plus oriental herb. I remember seeing it some when I was playing squads, but never actually building it because I wanted to make a bunch of health potions instead. And I also needed turtle shell for my build, and I was having a lot of trouble finding it super quick because pond was my third zone. But yeah, that's kind of it. The only things I'm gonna need from Alley are wetsuit, the shoes, rubber, and the stallion metal. And worst case, if I don't find the stallion metal, I can like dip into temple real quick or something. Wetsuit, I haven't usually had a whole lot of trouble finding. Same with rubber's been a little bit harder to find. But I at least don't have to find glue, which is nice because I can get the glue from hospital. Worst case, if I really need to, I can skip the glue from hospital and maybe try and find it in alley, but probably don't really want to do that. Also hammers, which are usually pretty contested, I think. I'm on the second zone, so it should be pretty easy. And then again, you know, if I really need to, I can skip the hammer, find it in alley. Scissors, I should find out what actually needs scissors in this build, but it's not that easy. I'm not sure what needs scissors right now. Okay, oh, it's weapon, so yeah, I definitely have to find scissors. Where's pen? Okay, but yeah, just a good amount of skippable stuff. Only one gathering of branches and one gathering of stone, if I'm reading this correctly. I do think I need 2 leather, but I might be able to kill a dog in hospital or something. Actually, probably not. Yeah, because I won't be able to upgrade. Actually, I don't even use regular dagger for this build. Yeah, so I won't even upgrade my weapon until I get to 3rd zone, basically, because I'm not getting pen until 3rd zone. So we'll see how that goes. Other people have been running Steel Thorn. Maybe they got the Swiss Army knife earlier than I'm going to be getting it. But we'll see. So tomorrow my plan is basically just to practice the routing for this and bot games a bunch, because I don't really want to just take it straight into ranked. I think I'm gonna go through this till it feels good, or I find any obvious issues with it and need to rework it, and then starting 2 days from now is when I'm going to start actually playing ranked. I'm really excited to get into it, but I don't really want to do it with my 4-zone build from before since the food is so bad. And there was a game earlier when we were doing squads where I like 1v2'd some people and burned through like at least 5 health potions, probably more. So, you know, like 3,500 HP worth of food. And like the only reason I won was because I was kind of tanky and there was a huge food diff. I don't think I saw them taking food at all. And I've also just been saved by food a lot with some of the other builds. So I think that's basically it. That's some of my motivations for some of the choices. These 3 items were basically just they're along the route and they could be good. And also just I wanted the extra move speed. But yeah. So all that's left to do is test. And with that, if you made it this far, stuck it out this entire video, thank you very much. And I hope to see you again.